This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
Good evening and welcome to Nevada County Now. I'm Keith Overby. We just want to remind you folks that the Nevada County Elections Office is still counting ballots. We are expecting an update today, and they must be finished and certify the results by December 3rd. We'll continue to watch this story and report back as soon as we get accurate information. Now don't go away. We're going to take a short sponsor break and we'll be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Since our county has many elevations, we can really see it all. It helps to know what elevation you live at, just like knowing your zip code. Some elevations will get snow, while others see just a slight frost. Others will see only rain. We want to remind folks that the National Weather Service is by far the best place to check for up-to-the-date information. They are predicting rain, snow, and freezing temperatures these next few days, and into next week for our county. Tonight, there's a slight chance of showers before 7 p.m. and then showers after 1 a.m. By Wednesday, we should expect a 100% chance of showers with up to 2 inches total. More showers are expected through Sunday with some heavy rainfall off and on. Saturday, we may see some thunderstorms. Yes, it's going to be cold and wet, so please visit theweather.gov/STO website to follow this storm. Okay, the Transit Services Division of Nevada County provides safe and convenient, reliable, and affordable fixed route transit services, as well as specialized paratransit services to the residents of Western Nevada County. Taking the bus can be a good option to get around here in Nevada County, especially getting to and from events. The buses operate Monday through Friday, 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. They have limited service on Saturdays and have no service on holidays. And for special events, they will add additional service. Their website is a great place to check out their routes and other information. Check it out at nevadacountyca.gov/3456/transit services. They even have a transit app for those who use the service regularly. They are also underway replacing their older buses with new electric ones. And in other news, the Nevada County Board of Supervisors recently adopted an amendment to the county's commercial cannabis cultivation ordinance that will allow for one-day cannabis events, much like a farmer's markets, for the 2 retail dispensaries in the unincorporated county areas of Soda Springs and North San Juan. At the meeting, supervisors also unanimously adopted a resolution to approve a competitive application selection process for up to 2 retail storefront commercial cannabis dispensaries and the establishment of a retail commercial cannabis application evaluation committee. The changes are another step in providing clarity in this growing sector of the local economy and are responsive to community feedback. To view all of the information on this topic, please visit the county's YouTube channel at County of Nevada CA and watch the Tuesday, November 19th Board of Supervisors meeting. Also, the County Board of Supervisors recently accepted a $750,000 grant for the Critical Evacuation Route and Hazardous Vegetation Removal Program. This funding, made possible because of a successful congressionally directed spending request, which supports community-identified hazardous vegetation removal projects along private roads countywide. Most roads in Nevada County, of which there are nearly 2,240 miles, are privately owned, and many of the narrow and unpaved roads are pre-existed before current road standards. Ensuring that privately maintained roads are free of hazardous vegetation is a key step towards supporting safer evacuation outcomes during wildfire. And under this new program, Nevada County will be able to offer support to fire-wise communities, road associations, homeowner associations, local agencies, schools, and nonprofits by addressing the private roadway vegetation abatement needs that they identify. Please visit Nevada County's website at nevadacountyca.gov to learn how to apply and how you can begin to get the resources you need. And also, the Nevada County Sheriff's Search and Rescue is a nonprofit organization staffed with volunteers and entirely funded by donations and fundraisers. Volunteer members are local citizens that have the desire to help their neighbors and friends in a time of need. On Saturday, November 23rd, from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., they will be seen all around the community collecting donations. This fundraiser helps with ongoing training and the purchase of gear and equipment. Look for them at the Pine Creek and Fowler Centers, Save Mart, SPD Markets, Rite Aid, Grocery Outlet, both holiday markets, Safeway, and CVS at Higgins Corner. Help our local search and rescue do what they do. Donations can also be made online, and visit their website at nevadacountysar.org for all the details. We got a short commercial. We'll be right back.
If you are dining outside at a restaurant and someone is smoking a cigarette or using an electronic smoking device, you are being exposed to secondhand smoke. But what if you're in your own home and a neighbor's smoke is drifting in? Every person should have the right to live in a smoke-free environment to protect their health and the health of their family.
I live in an apartment and my son was coughing more than usual. I realized it was because our neighbor's smoke was affecting him. I tried putting a wet towel under the door and I asked the neighbor to please not smoke inside. He smokes outside sometimes, but the smoke still comes in. I'm really worried about my son's health.
People in our community are facing this problem every day. Often the residents affected live in apartments, condos, or other multi-unit spaces. Many people are unaware that all secondhand smoke is dangerous. This includes smoke from vapes, hookahs, and cannabis too. Take action today to help protect some of our most vulnerable community members from the dangers of secondhand smoke. Let's make living smoke-free an option for all Nevada County residents. Go to smilenevadacounty.com to share your story, get involved, or to find ways to quit. The Nevada County Tobacco Prevention Program is here to help.
All right, welcome back. Without water, nothing exists. It is needed for drinking water, household use, growing food, commercial and industrial uses, and groundwater to recharge the environment. For more than 100 years, the Nevada Irrigation District has been delivering high-quality water to its customers. What began as an old reservoir and canal system serving gold mines has been transformed into a modern public water system. But remember, much of that old infrastructure is still used today. NID water originates as snowmelt found in 70,000 acres of high elevation watershed near the headwaters of the Yuba River, the Bear River, and Deer Creek. And with us here in the studio is NID Assistant General Manager Greg Jones to keep us updated with what's happening to our water supply and how we can be good stewards of it. So Greg, thank you for being here. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
What can you give us a little overview of what's going on at NID right now?
Yeah, well, thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us here. Really entering into the winter coming up right now, and our first really big rain event of the year, and our teams are out gutting canal systems and cleaning them out and waiting for really a lot of rain to come in the next couple days. And so what we see there is over 500 miles of open ditch irrigation systems that we have throughout the 265 acres, 1,000 acres of NID service territory. And so we've got to be pretty diligent and pretty demanding on our resources and our system in order to keep that water flowing and keeping it getting to our customers.
All right. And how many customers does NID have? How big is the actual district?
Yeah, so we serve water, both treated and irrigation water, to roughly 100,000 residents within Nevada, Yuba, and Placer counties. We've got about 6,000 customers, accounts in our irrigation raw water system, about 20,000 accounts in our treated water system in both Nevada and Yuba counties.
Okay. And let me ask you this, about how many individuals does that serve population-wise?
It's about 100,000 individuals, 100,000 mouths really within the system. But that water also contributes to roughly 30,000 acres of irrigated lands and pasture lands. So we're growing food and agriculture throughout Nevada and Placer County. Our system starts really up here in the Nevada City area, and we deliver water all the way to the city of Lincoln.
Now, drinking water, you supply drinking water to, I know some to Grass Valley and Nevada City.
Yeah, we supply some irrigation water or raw water where it's treated. Raw water where it's treated as then treated water for the cities of Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Okay, is it treated before it gets to the city, or is it?
In some parts of the city of Grass Valley in particular, we have customers that are NID customers, and so we've treated it. Nevada City has its own treatment facilities, and they treat that themselves.
And then, okay, now I have to ask you too, where I live, I get a bill from NID for my water. But I know that I have friends who live in other parts of Grass Valley that their water bill comes from the city of Grass Valley.
That's right.
What's the difference in that?
Just two water systems. Grass Valley has its own treatment plant and its own supply of water, and so they have their own distribution lines, and they keep track of their own flows and their infrastructure and their maintenance and delivery to their customers within their city limits. NID has some customers within the Grass Valley city limits as well, whom we deliver water to and treat. We have many interconnections where we work hand in hand a lot with both Nevada City, Grass Valley, the city of Auburn, and Lincoln in order to deliver water to the municipal customers.
Now, it's the same type of thing that takes effect in Grass Valley, take effect in Nevada City. Are some customers bills from the city of Lincoln or the city of Nevada City and some from NID, or how does that?
Yeah, Nevada City in particular pretty much has most of the city of Nevada City is contained within the customer base of water treatment delivery for the city of Nevada City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, someone also asked me, you mentioned that you're cleaning out, the guys are out cleaning out the ditches, keeping them flowing during the winter. Someone asked me about that, these small irrigation, these ditches. Is that irrigation water? That's not drinking water, correct?
Yeah, well, we do supply, so I mentioned there's about 500 miles of open irrigation canals. Those canals go directly to about 6,000 customers who have irrigation boxes within their system. That water is delivered to their properties, and they may use that for irrigating crops or pasture lands. That water in those canals does deliver our water to the treatment plants themselves, the 6 treatment plants that we own and operate. And so at those treatment plants, they receive untreated raw water, and then we treat that within our treated water facilities.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, something that's probably on everybody's mind. We read consistently about the repairs that are having to be made.
Yeah.
So are there any updates for the Spalding powerhouse and whatnot that you can give to us?
Well, we've been talking about this now since March of this year, when we realized that Spalding powerhouses, Powerhouse 1 and 2, which are owned, operated, and managed by the Pacific Gas and Electric, had failed. And so water, as a matter of fact, the snow melt that was so prevalent last winter was particularly unable to reach our conveyance systems below that particular point. If you can imagine an hourglass, and the top of the hourglass is the snow melt on the Sierra crest above 5,000 feet. The center of the hourglass is Lake Spalding and the powerhouses beneath Lake Spalding that are owned and managed by PG&E. And then the bottom of the hourglass is NID's delivery system, where we have Deer Creek, which goes into Scotts Flat, and we have the Bear River, which goes into Rollins Reservoir and then Combi Reservoir. Those low-level reservoirs were unable to receive the snow melt as the spring developed and the snow started to melt. They were typically would come through, and in any given year that has been for the last 100 plus years, that snow melt has been coming through Spalding and through those powerhouses and the infrastructure at Spalding, making its way into NID's distribution systems.
Well, let me ask you this: if Spalding's the top of the hourglass, as you call
The
it,
center of the hourglass.
the center, and then the reservoir, all the snow melt is the top, and it's not able to get through those powerhouses. Where does it go?
So it goes down the natural system of the Middle Yuba River and the South Yuba River.
Okay.
That's why you saw there was a lot of public outreach and information regarding the high water and cold water flows of the South Yuba River all spring and all summer long. So recreationalists got to enjoy a lot of cold running, high running water of the South Yuba River for rafting and kayaking, more than they typically would get. This particular stuff.
And what kind of effects do the low? I mean, it's kind of ironic. The state of California has been in drought, for several years. Excuse me. But the last 2 years, late 2021 and early 2022, we had, as they call it, Snowmageddon.
Yes.
And then, of course, last winter we had, as they refer to it, as snow apocalypse.
Yep.
So we've got all this extra snow.
Yep.
Everybody's got all kinds of water, but we're on restrictions as far as taking a shower every 5 minutes, only water on our lawn 3 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week, excuse me. Why is that?
Yeah,
I mean, what's the issue there?
That issue was strictly because of this particular infrastructure drought, is what I kind of like to term it. It literally is that we could not receive the 20 feet of snow that is above 5,000 foot elevation, above Lake Spalding. And so we relied fully on rain and snowmelt that was below Lake Spalding in order to trickle into Deer Creek and the Bear River. And so all of the additional snow that we normally would get through our water rights, NID owns about 53 water rights dating back to pre-1914. We were unable to receive that water through the infrastructure that had fallen prey of damage. And so it stayed on the mountain, and it went down the South Yuba River and the Middle Yuba Rivers, and NID's systems were unable to recapture that water anywhere along those routes.
Couldn't catch it.
Couldn't catch it. Once it leaves that particular section at 5,000 foot elevation, and Spalding, if you recall, as you're going up Highway 80 or Highway 20, you get on that Highway 80, right before you reach the summit of Donner Summit, you'll look off to the left, and that's that reservoir down on the left, or on the north side of 80. And that is the conduit where all of the snowmelt for NID and PG&E comes from. And it has to come into Lake Spalding and get through that system, which are those two powerhouses, in order to receive water at Rollins Lake and Scotts Flat Lake. And those are our distribution reservoirs, where then we distribute our water to our 27,000 customers.
All right. Okay, let's assume we have a great winter. I mean, of course, in my yard, I always had guys that are old cowboys and ranchers used to tell me if there's a lot of acorns, it's going to be a heavy winter. Yeah. And I got more acorns in my yard this year than I know what to do with. Yeah. I'm constantly raking and shoveling. Assuming we're going to have a good winter, what can we expect to happen next year?
So we can expect and we can plan for the fact that there will be more, there needs to be more repairs done to Powerhouse 1 at Spalding, to the Spalding Powerhouse. And that's estimated to start in March of 2025. We know that's going to shut off the flow of water from the spring snow melt from that same location that I'm talking about, 5,000 feet and above Spalding. It's going to be unable to make it through the powerhouses because they have to completely dry that powerhouse out and fix the second horn, which is what they call it, a pressure reducing valve, PRV horn, within the granite rock where the powerhouse actually lives. So in order to fix that second horn, which was damaged last March, they have to shut the whole thing off again, dry it out completely, and therefore all of that water that we normally would have received again through that powerhouse, which would deliver to Rollins Reservoir and Scotts Flat Lake, is going to be unable to make it through that system again. So we anticipate that although we're hopeful that PG&E can be able to expedite and fix the repairs quicker this time, they know what to do, they know how to do it, they've done it just this time before. We anticipate that at this point, they're estimating that that's going to take from about March to June or July to fix. And by then, we anticipate that most of the snowmelt will be gone.
So we're looking at another year of restrictions?
It'll be a little less than that because I think we'll be able to capture, they'll be able to open it back up, and then all of our reservoirs by that point are going to be full. So Bowman Reservoir is tapped out and full. Jackson Meadows Reservoir at the very top is tapped out in full. Falcherie, French Lake, those are all going to be tapped out in full, and so we'll be able to start drawing on those, and we'll start be able to refill Rollins and Scotts hopefully sooner than we were this year.
You mentioned the low water levels, cleaning out the ditches and whatnot.
Yeah.
What kind of effects does the low water flow have on the lakes like Rollins and Scotts Flat and on the canals? I mean, for example, I watch the news, and down in Stockton, they have a big trouble with algae. Are we going to have that trouble here?
Well, when you get that's okay. When you get low water and low flow, you get more warmer water levels. We like cold water and fast and flowing cold water. It's good for the aquatic systems. It's good for the bacteria and algae growing, and it's good for the fish and the native populations. But it's also good for the water quality and clean water quality. So we do hope that we'll have higher reservoir levels, but it's going to be a little tricky.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay. It's that time of year.
Once you get started, you can't stop either. Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want to tell us about NID?
Well, we're your local water company. We're here for the community. We have open to the public board meetings twice a month. They're on our website, nidwater.com. They're all videotaped, and you can go back and listen to previous board meetings. But we're right here in Grass Valley, and very well suited to communicate with the customers and hopefully help in any way that we can.
All right. Well, thank you, Greg. I'd shake hands with you, but I've been coughing into my hand, so I don't want to do that.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Greg. And we're going to cut to commercial, and we'll be right back.
"13 years ago, my much younger husband, that was 17 years younger than me, passed away. Then 2 days later, my dad passed away. Then a couple weeks later, my brother passed away. So I had all my men I lost, all within a short time. Well, when I came back from the Bay Area from having my husband cremated, I came back here and I had a ride with a family member, and they had informed me that since my husband died, I won't have his finances anymore, that I won't be able to feed my dogs and my bird, and that I had to get rid of him. And I looked at my family member and said, "What are you talking about? They're all I have left. No matter what, I was going to keep them. I was determined." So I looked around, asked questions of people and everything, and I found the pet pantry, and they were willing to help feed my dogs and my parrot.
Owning and caring for a pet promotes health, reduces loneliness, and brings joy and comfort for our seniors, especially those that are homebound. Without the pet food pantry, our seniors are at risk for losing their cherished companion.
Pet food pantry programs are donation funded. Without assistance, many seniors share their meals or go without their meals to provide for their pets. This is not healthy for either the pet or the senior. Help your older neighbors by helping their pets. Donate or volunteer today.
They have helped me so much, you have no idea.
Hi, I live in a state of hopefulness, not because life is easy, smooth, or without pain that at times has felt unbearable, but because life has shown me that hope hides in the darkest of corners. Life has also shown me time and time again that hope is constant. Spring comes, the bud opens, we see and get to feel the love that surrounds us all in this amazing community. Hope is always present. Sometimes we just need to look a little closer.
And welcome back, everybody. The Grass Valley Rotary Club has been a visible part of the community for many years, and their contributions and dedication to service have left an indelible mark for the better on virtually all aspects of community life. Rotary is a global network of 1.2 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers who come together to make positive, lasting change in communities at home and abroad. And the Rotary Club of Grass Valley was chartered in 1925. And here to tell us all about their club is Rotarian Bob Long. Bob, welcome to the show. I shake hands with you, but I had that little cough, so I don't want to do that.
It's fine.
But anyway, what can you tell us about the Rotary Club right now?
Well, geez, I think you've told everything.
No, I don't. I imagine there's plenty. You know it, I don't. So.
There's a lot. Actually, this year it's very exciting. So this year we're celebrating our 100 years of service to Grass Valley. And so we're real proud of that. There's so many things that Rotary does. And we've come a long way. So 130 years ago, 4 guys were sitting around a coffee table just trying to figure out what to do. And it was purely promoting one another's business. That's what in Philadelphia, I'm going to get this wrong, in Philadelphia, they got together. And in 130 years, we've come a long way. Now what we're all about is promoting ethics in business and professionalism and fairness. And at the end of every meeting, we recite the 4-way test, which promotes those very things. I think the way it manifests itself in the community is the things that we do and the things that we promote. Like other service clubs and other organizations, we do the things that you expect us to do. We have scholarships for the high school kids. We promote both 4-year colleges, 2-year colleges, and trade schools. We recognize the students at Lyman Gilmore Middle School every month for Student of the Month. We support the other middle schools, 2 other middle schools, Union Hill and Chicago Park, supporting their Student of the Month programs. But we also do things that benefit the young adults in other ways that are probably less visible to most everybody. Every year we send Rotary, the 5 clubs in the area. We send 10 kids to a leadership program. It's a sleepover 6-day camp, and they're trained in leadership techniques. We do the same thing for the middle school kids. Every year we send 10 kids. My club sends 10 kids. All total, we send 25 kids to a similar leadership program, but it's a long weekend. It's 3 days. So we do things like that are really behind the scenes, promoting the ethics and fairness that that we promote for ourselves.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
If I could, I don't know if it's you mentioned the four.
Well, the four-way test.
Four-way test.
There's no secret handshake.
I didn't know if there's yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't know if this is part of the secret handshake.
No, it's not.
I was curious. What is the four-way test?
It's real simple, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't say it wrong.
Good.
Yeah. So the four-way test is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Mm-hmm. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And this is what we promote in businesses and relationships within the counties, within the city, and the county. Mm-hmm. It's a way of doing business, a way of conducting yourself that I think is pretty good.
Okay. And the altruistic things that you're doing, the leadership training and stuff for young people. Now, where do you get the funds for that?
Oh, geez, I'm glad you asked. So we just had our drive-through tri-tip barbecue. That happened last month. Mm-hmm. Our biggest fundraiser is coming up on February 1st, Casino Night. It's a fun night where we gamble with funny money. It's Monopoly money, and everybody gambles, and you can try out every trick that you know in blackjack, shooting craps, or chuck-a-luck. The most favorite game is the Wheel of Bacon. It's a roulette wheel.
Wheel of Bacon.
Yes, the wheel. It's a roulette wheel, and if your marker lands in the right place, you get a pound of bacon. So that's not a bad deal.
With grocery prices being what they are,
that's
probably pretty good.
Although maybe with shrinkflation, it might be a half pound this year.
Okay.
I don't know. There's also a silent auction happening, and then last year we instituted something that is new. It's a wine and whiskey raffle that's separate from the rest of and we raffle off some pretty good labels at that.
Wine and whiskey, that kind of sounds good to me. That's true.
And then in the summertime, this year it's on June 7th, we have the Gold Country Challenge. It's a century bike ride that we started 13 years ago. And it's interesting in that this fundraiser, it's not your typical bake sale where I bake a cake and you buy it, and you bake a cake and I buy it. What's unique about this is 95% of the participants don't live in Nevada County. So we're bringing other people into Nevada County with their money, paying the registration fee for the bike ride, shopping at the grocery stores, going to our restaurants, staying in our hotels. And last year, I met the first couple that we hoped that this would happen. So they did the bike ride in 2022. They stayed for 2 days in Grass Valley. They lived in San Rafael, came up here, did the bike ride. They liked it so much, they moved up here. They're now residents of Grass Valley.
Is he a Rotarian here now?
He's not a Rotarian. I got to get him to be a Rotarian, but it was the bike ride that attracted them up here. They'd never been here before.
Wonderful.
So
now, you don't have to be a resident of Grass Valley to be in the Grass Valley Rotary Club. There's not a residency requirement?
No, there's not. But typically you join the club where you work or you live. For a while, I worked for Placer County in Auburn, and so I left the Grass Valley Club and I joined the Auburn Rotary Club because that's where I was working. That's where I was most of the time. And then when I retired, I came back up here and rejoined the Grass Valley Club.
Okay. And now I think I remember reading there's a South County
There's
Rotary Club?
There's 5 clubs. There's
in Nevada County?
Yeah, there's a South County Grass Valley. There's the Grass Valley South. There's a Rotary Club in Penn Valley. There's the 49er Club from Nevada City. They meet for breakfast. And then there's the Nevada City Club that meets at lunch. So there's 5 Rotary Clubs in our community.
You guys are very active.
Which is a lot. And then there's another 2 in North Shore, Tahoe.
Oh, that's sort of like the Truckee area.
Sort of the Truckee area.
All right, good enough.
Yeah, that's quite a few.
Anything else you want to tell me about Rotary?
We do fun things too. We meet 3 times a month, and then the 4th is a social. So we'll, gather at either a business and celebrate the business and learn about it, or at a bar and just celebrate one another. We have projects that we do that I think are fun. That brings together, promotes camaraderie. If you went to the fair this year and enjoyed something to eat there, you sat at tables that are no longer all splintery and rough because a bunch of us got together and sanded those bad boys last spring.
All right, thank you.
And finished those. We were there had a lot of
I'm
help
sure
from
all the
other
people that wear shorts were
shorts
really appreciating that.
I know some of those things were pretty bad. I mean, we've done everything from pour concrete at the fairgrounds to stripe the parking lot, and then of course there's a lot of things we do that are international that Rotary is noted for. Polio Plus is one of the things. I mean, we are bound and determined to eradicate polio, and it's only in 2 countries now. Pakistan and Afghanistan are the only 2 countries that still have the wild polio virus that is that is out there.
In this day and age, it's hard to believe it still exists.
It is, especially coming from when we were kids and we knew kids who actually had it.
Yeah.
So it's come a long way, but it's a program that Rotary is not going to abandon until it's done.
All right then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob, for everything. Again, I'd shake your hand, but
I know.
I don't want to do that. All right. Don't go away. We've got more to come.
From the foothills of the Sierra Nevada, a new hero will emerge. One who is ready. One who makes sure their friends and family are set. And has the power to go at a moment's notice. This fire season, you're the hero. We are Ready Nevada County.
One of our goals as an agency is to bring that awareness that in our community there's still needs out there for firewood, especially in the senior population, and that as together as a community, we can meet that need.
Each year gets a little harder and a little harder, but just seeing this, I feel like one of the lucky ones.
Hi.
Sometimes love and friendship can blossom in the most unexpected places. Meet Frank and Vita. Both of their spouses passed away while on our service. They met while volunteering on the Hospice of the Foothills Board of Directors. Their journey wasn't easy, but they found comfort and support from the caring staff at Hospice of the Foothills. Today, Frank and Vita support Hospice of the Foothills through shopping and donating at our local thrift stores. By volunteering and being community ambassadors for our mission to provide compassionate end-of-life care for patients, families, and the community. Hospice of the Foothills, your community nonprofit hospice since 1979.
And welcome back, everybody. Gold Country Senior Services has been providing home-delivered meals to seniors in western Nevada County since 1987. Their team is a group of dedicated volunteers and a few staff members who cook, package, and deliver annually over 100,000 meals. And here to tell us more about this program is Tara Marino. So Tara, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Why don't you go ahead and just give us a little overview of what your program is all about?
Yeah, so I'm the nutrition director with the Nevada County Gold Country Senior Services. And so we have Meals on Wheels, as you mentioned. We have 15 routes that we deliver to. We have over 100 volunteers that help between our Meals on Wheels program and the Congregate, the lunch program at the Senior Center. It's an incredible opportunity for the community to have a direct service with the seniors and deliver an essential service like a healthy meal. So the meals are well balanced. They meet, heart healthy. They're diabetic friendly, low sodium, and they're delicious because we have an incredible kitchen staff that their heart is in producing those meals, and it shows.
And you said you do over 100,000 meals, 15 different routes. Is that every day of the week?
So we deliver on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and so we have the 15 routes, but we're delivering 5 meals a week.
Okay, to your staff. Now, to get on Meals on Wheels, to be a recipient, is there, how does one do that?
Yeah, so
is there requirements or what?
For Meals on Wheels, you have to be 60 years or older, and
I'll check that one off. Right
yeah.
Now. Okay, go ahead.
And then you have to be homebound, meaning that you can't shop and cook for yourself.
Darn it,
yeah,
okay.
You have limited help, so clients are prioritized, and right now we do have a bit of a wait list. So all the folks that we are serving are really high priority, meaning that they do not have other help and aren't able to go out and shop and cook for themselves.
A wait list. How big of a wait list do you have?
It's at about 15 people right
15?
now. Yeah.
Okay.
So not something that we like to have, but it's.
Well, the dollar will only stretch so far.
That's right.
So I understand. Right. Now the congregate meal, that's not a home delivered meal, but exactly what's that? You said it's held at the senior center?
Yeah, so we have our new senior center on 231 Colfax.
In Grass Valley?
Yes, in Grass Valley.
Okay.
And Congregate, I know people are like, what is Congregate? But it's a lunch program. The idea with that program, whereas home delivered meals were, helping people stay independent and stay in their home and doing well checks on them because they live alone. Whereas the Congregate, it's to socialize and get seniors that can still get out to come have a healthy meal together. So it's great nutrition, but it's also most importantly is that people are getting together and spending time together and avoiding being isolated.
Now, I have been to a couple of your congregate meals. I know that you mentioned it's a slight donation that you do ask for, but it's not required. So
Exactly.
What is that donation? How much?
Yeah, so with the congregate meals, we just ask people they enroll, they fill out a registration form once a year. And then once they're registered, then it's just a voluntary contribution. So it's not required, and it's $4. And then if folks can come that are under 60, but it's an $8 fee.
That's $4 per meal, right?
Yes, yes.
I've been to the meals. I've had them. It's well worth $4.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a lot of food.
Yes.
A lot of food, and it's healthy.
Exactly.
You mentioned your kitchen staff. Okay. I wanted to ask you real quick, Kim. I don't know Kim's last name. I can't think of it
Kim
right
Sewell. Yeah.
Sewell is the manager. She's a great gal.
She's amazing.
And she makes killer brownies and cookies. I'll tell you that right now.
I know.
So, all right. Anything else you want to just throw in real quick? We got just a few more seconds.
No, just needs. We can always use donations. There's memberships with the senior center, so that's a big thing. It's a great opportunity to buy a present for the holidays. To get people a membership, a loved one or yourself. And then we're also starting in December, we're going to have punch cards for lunches and also for activities. So that's another thing that people could buy for their loved ones for the holidays.
Terrific then.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Tara.
All right.
And make sure you visit their website at goldcountryservices.org for details on this program, and as well as the many other programs they provide to the community. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss our last guest of the evening.
Connie Sharp, and I want to just say all our lives are very busy, yet hopefully never too busy to be awake and look around on a weekly basis and notice who in the community might need a little extra love. I love the pay it forward idea. So be adventurous with strangers and venture out into the world with positive, fresh eyes to see where you can create spontaneous acts of kindness. Human kindness. Oh, God, it feels so good.
All right, welcome back. Now, a few weeks ago, the Nevada County Superintendent of Schools held their annual spelling tournament. A total of 85 students in 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grades from local private, public, and charter schools participated. Spellmaster Christine McCormick, the Associate Superintendent of Educational Services in Nevada County, volunteered her time and finesse dictating spelling words for the team contest and conducting the individual oral spelling bee. Each day commenced with school teams consisting of up to 5 students competing for the Best Overall Team Award. And the top individual students with the highest cumulative correct score then participated in the individual spelling bee. And today we have Jedi Hauser, who is in the 8th grade and the first place champ of the 7th and 8th grade competition, here to tell us all about this experience. So Jedi, thank you for being here. I have to tell you, I'm honored because you're the first Jedi I've ever met. You know that? My birthday, I missed by one day of being able to say May 4th be with you. The May 4th, my birthday's on May 3rd. I missed by one day. So anyway, what can you tell me about the spelling contest? And not only that, just tell me about yourself. I mean, I'm looking at some stuff here. You are a busy young fellow.
I'm not even the busiest person I know.
Speak up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So the spelling tournament, I've actually won 3 times in the past 3 years. For 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I've gone to state twice thus far. I have not won. I think the best I've gotten is like round 2. Definitely a lot harder than county. It's like a team event.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, the team event to me was a lot more important than the individual event, because this year was the day that they finished decorating the plaque. Because in the plaque for every team competition, they put another school's name on the plaque, and at the end of it has like a decade-long cycle, and then whoever gets the last spot on the plaque gets to take it home. So we got to take that home for Mr. Harmon, who is the best teacher anyone can ever meet ever.
Okay, remember that, Mr. Harmon.
Best
Okay?
teacher.
All you parents out there, you want your son, daughter to be going to school with Mr. Harmon, according to Jedi. Okay, now you go to, let me make sure I understand. Union Hill? Or where do you go where?
Union Hill won 5th and 6th grade this year.
Uh-huh.
The 7th and 8th grade division, Gilmore won.
You go to Gilmore.
Yeah, I go to Gilmore.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure I knew which junior high you went to.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking at this though, and in addition to your spelling, because this isn't a normal spelling bee. Let me talk about that a little first. Not a normal spelling bee where you spell and if you miss it, you're out. Yeah. Can you tell me what the procedure was here? So it was a little different than the normal spelling.
So first there was a team competition where they lined up schools, and then they gave each of them a word to spell on a little thing, and you were supposed to try to get as many words as you can. And the schools that had the best overall, that most words spelled out of the 24 words they did off stage, those schools were given they were given the team awards for 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. And then actually this year there was a bit of a tie, so the top 10 kids that were best individually scoring, which a little bit of a flex here, but we got everyone except for one kid on my team went up on stage this year, so that was definitely a first, and it was amazing. And and then they would go up on stage, and then they would do the 5 individual words. I got 20 out of 29, which is how I got first. And then the second place, Isabella, who got 27 out of 29. Total words, that is, got second place. So both of us are from Gilmore. So I'm proud to say that for the last year I'm going to be doing county. I definitely had a very dominating year.
Good.
It was very close.
Good for you. Now I have this little thing here where some folks told me about you, and this is a young man who's obviously, I don't know when he takes time to eat and sleep. Okay, some of the things that you do. You're the vice president of your school's leadership club, peer support,
peer counseling. Yeah.
Peer counseling. You're on track and field team.
That's later this year.
Later this year. You're on cross country.
Yep.
Mountain bike club.
Yep.
Soccer club.
Yep.
You're the morning coach to the 6th grade girls basketball team.
A 6th grade girls basketball
team. 2A.
Two.
Oh, there's 2 teams, so you're one of them.
Yep.
And you said another thing is STEAM club? What is STEAM?
It's my elective. She got it wrong on the thing.
Huh?
She thought it was a club. It's my elective.
Okay. What's STEAM? What is that?
It's like engineering. You go through and you build stuff as an elective. It's pretty cool. We built boats thus far. Ended up building the Titanic.
You built the Titanic? Did yours sink?
It was just heavy and it didn't move fast enough. It was a speed competition, not a tugboat competition. It was a tugboat competition. We would have won.
Okay. And then it says you do the aerial silks gymnastics. What is that?
It's actually a thing in gymnastics at the Nevada County Center for the Arts. It's run by Joe, I forget his last name. And it's, you ever have those urges to play on curtains? And just kind of swing around curtains for a little bit, ruffle them?
I'm 6'4" and I weigh about 285. I don't swing on curtains. So
it's like curtain gymnastics. You can do tricks of curtains. If I might, I can totally show you a video, but it's
we don't have video.
Gymnastics.
We don't have a video with us. Okay.
It's camps, kind of like a circus camp, and at the end of a 5-week period, once a week, you go through and you have this big performance, and you have recitals halfway through.
All right.
It's pretty fun.
Well, let me ask you this: your future now.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing it says here is you're set on having the most accomplishments you can at your 8th grade by your 8th grade graduation, so you can get a sash. What does that mean?
So there's this thing at Gilmore called Block G, where on graduation they give you a sash, which I've already earned, by the way, and stars depending on extra points that you earn by doing things around school. And I'm trying to earn as many stars as I can, so I can be the most decorated kid on campus.
Okay.
Very hard pressed.
Okay, now let me ask you this: high school next. We're going to NU?
Yep.
Not. What about Godoti? I mean, no, you're not.
No,
that's not your piece.
NU has more extracurriculars, and you can get scholarships and things at NU.
Okay.
Besides.
And then it's. I feel like I'm talking to Sheldon Cooper here, you know, and that's not a bad thing. Trust me. You said that one thing is you would like to go to either Princeton or Harvard.
She got that wrong too. It's MIT or Harvard, but yeah.
MIT or Harvard.
Because then you can get that, and then having a degree like that, you can kind of go through, and it gives you a little bit of an edge, and trying to be the president.
Not going to be like Sheldon Cooper and go to Caltech.
I don't know what that is, but yeah.
California Institute of Technology in Pasadena.
No, MIT has a lot more. They offer higher degrees.
Okay.
I researched this. It took 2 weeks.
All right. Is there anything else? I mean, you got this. Is there anything that you do that I missed? I mean, I don't know when you have time to eat or sleep.
Usually I get home at 6 or 7, and between the times of 6 or to 10 is when I eat and sleep and take out the 4 dogs and 3 chickens at my house. So
yeah.
There's that. Definitely the time I have to eat and sleep.
So you keep the menagerie also going, right?
Yeah. Other than that, that's mostly everything. Yeah.
Okay. You're busy young man. What is Smash Brothers tournaments?
Oh, it's, you know what esports are?
Huh?
You know what esports are?
Esports?
Yeah.
Computer games and stuff, right?
Yeah. And for
See, the old guy
Switch, it was a
does
game
know
that
some
I'm
of this. Okay.
Pretty good. I'm pretty good at it. I've actually won once before, and it's like this program that they do after school. It's really fun. I get to meet a lot of people there, and it's 6th through 8th grade division for that tournament because it's really popular and a lot of people go and do it.
So you're 3-time defending spelling champion.
Yep.
You, like Michael Jordan, you 3-peated, right?
I'm doing the basketball team.
And he says you also like to study history. Any particular area or era of history that you're into?
Right now, I just like researching like the history of the United States because A, that's what we're doing in class, and B, I just find it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of like browse and find history stuff.
All right, good enough. Anything else you want to tell people about yourself?
Mr. Harmon's the best teacher you'll ever meet, and my friends are the best friends you'll ever meet. And I said way too much.
Well, I thought it was good of you that you mentioned that the team winning the team championship was more important to you than an individual.
Yeah, because he gets to take a plaque home now, and that's.
Oh, you don't get a plaque for being an individual.
Individuals, you get a trophy.
Oh.
I have free trophies.
Okay.
I have a trophy.
So you wanted a plaque this time?
Yeah, the plaque for the school, because the school keeps the plaque, so you can.
Cool.
School can kind of have something to show my success.
All right, good enough. All right, I don't know where this kid has time to do anything. You have to be a good time manager. So, all right, we want to take time and congratulate all the participants in this program. Good luck to you all. Okay, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now. If you'd like to help contribute or write stories, appear on a show, or even become a host, please check out the details on our website at nevadacountymedia.org/NCN. You may be watching us and see Jedi here being a host soon. Who knows? This program is local news and information brought to you by local residents. And remember to stay safe, take care of each other, and get out there and enjoy all this community has to offer. All right, good evening now.